Hello YouTube, thank you for tuning into another video. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Wednesday. Yes, I'm still in my robe and I'm obviously wearing my mommy hair as I call it. But I did brush my teeth, I promise. Today is a totally different kind of video. I do want to show you guys my nails because I had to do them again. I know I said I was gonna keep the blue for a little bit, but then I woke up yesterday in a completely different attitude and I just had to embrace that new little feeling. So I'm not gonna do a cooking video, nothing like that. It's just gonna be like I'm making breakfast for me and my daughter, so I just decided to film and talk about it while I'm doing all that stuff. So that's it. If you want to know what I'm making, I'm just going to make some eggs and potatoes for me and my daughter and some French toast, which my boyfriend's going to be so mad about because he always says that I cook the best meals when he's not here. So, sorry. And also this side of my kitchen has better lighting, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad for you guys. But I wanted to talk to you guys about just how I woke up yesterday, how I'm feeling today, because I know for as grungy as I look, I actually feel so like, you know, when you finally take that nap that you've been needed for like ever and you wake up and you're like a whole new person. That's basically how I woke up yesterday. And I'm very happy that I still feel the same way because I wasn't sure yesterday, like, well, maybe it's just, you know, a mood. Because lately I've been having a lot of those as well. But, yeah, I woke up today feeling the same. So I started to think, well, what did I do different or what has been different in the last few days that has really gotten me to feel how I do? Because, you know, I want to feel like this more. And moms, if you can relate, you know, as a mom, sometimes, especially, you know, my daughter, she's, you know, less than a year old. So I feel like sometimes it does take, a little bit for us to come back to ourselves and to feel like us. So I definitely feel that and can relate to that. And so I just wanted to come and share with you guys and talk to you guys, sorry, about the attitude and more of just letting you guys in on me, my life, and what I do. So my daughter, she's in her jumper watching her Paw Patrol. And I did have her here with me. I already tried to record this video and I just couldn't get started because she was just, as you guys know, she likes to talk a lot as well. No. So yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much be talking to you guys about this. I'm making my French toast now. I wasn't sure if I was going to want some or not, but I do. So anyway, I realized, you know, upon how I was feeling that I hadn't really taken the time for me time, like myself. And I wasn't, although I had been doing nails and I mentioned to you guys, like doing nails and all that is always a happy place for me. But I always have to put that, not last, but there's other things that I have going on throughout the day. And of course, the main one is my child. And so I really appreciate her dad when he is here, when he gets his like 5 days off, you know, because it really helps me and I feel like I'm more intertwined with myself. But at the same time, 5 days is a long time for, you know, your spouse to be home when you are really stuck together like that. And I love him to death, but by the 5th day, I'm like, okay, like, you have to go back to work. And that made me cranky a lot of the times, you know. So yeah, as you can tell by where we're going with this video, we are going to be on some realness today, okay? So it was making me kind of mad by the 5th day, and I was like, okay, like, you have to go back to work. But then he would be gone the next day, and I would be text him. Like, let me tell you guys, I have to text him at least about like 10 times at the least that I love him. Because it's important to me that he always knows that, because you don't ever know what type of day somebody's having. He could wake up in the morning and have such a fabulous day and have the best attitude like I do right now, and then he goes to work and maybe things aren't like they should be, you know, and it's so easy for that attitude and for your day to completely change. And so I hope, you know, and again, the reason I say this is because I want him to know that maybe, you know, that it's not all bad. If he's having a bad day at work, I want him to know, like, you know, my babe, she's still there for me. I still have a happy home, or, you know, I shouldn't say a happy home, because we all know sometimes, you know, in this home, it's like a crying home, a laughing home, a sad home. It just all depends, again, on attitude. But I just want him to know that, you know, I'm still there for him, and I still back him. Like, no matter what kind of day he's going to, he still has something good to look forward to. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out like that. Sometimes I'm in, like, the crappiest mood, and I'll need him to text me 10 times a day, and you don't always get that, you know. So my point of all that is just to say that sometimes with this attitude, we have to find out what makes you happy, what keeps that attitude for you, that motivated attitude that you want. This is my Mexican vanilla. I cannot make French toast without Mexican vanilla, okay? So this is like the ad in my video that I don't have that. So, and I'm just kidding, I'm not like advertising this, but some good stuff. Okay, anyway, so I realized upon all of this that I wasn't really taking the time for me. After I wake up with such a great attitude, before I would, you know, like, take care of my daughter, make sure that she's good in her morning routine, and then I jump on the treadmill for, you know, I try to do at least 2 miles a day, because I always, you know, read or thought, like, exercising, it makes you happy, you know, all of that stuff. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you still feel grungy afterwards. Sometimes, I mean, me, for example, after I run, I get hungry. Okay, like, it doesn't matter if I eat, like, before, if I have a light snack, I'm hungry. I need to regain those calories. Yeah, that's probably the problem. But I get hungry, so I want to eat that cheeseburger after. And, you know, my boyfriend laughs at me because he will literally watch me run my butt off on the treadmill and then literally be like, let's go get the biggest cheeseburger we can find in town, you know? But he supports me. He supports my attitude in that. So, did I add this cinnamon yet? I think I did. Okay. So, anyways, sometimes I talk too much and talk over myself. Like, who does that? Who talks over themselves? I do that. But anyways, and so I realized that I just wasn't having my own me time. I wasn't, like, I love doing nails and everything, but there's a certain schedule where I can do them. I always either have to have my daughter not here or her completely in a different area. And of course, you know, my boyfriend is the only person that I trust to, you know, watch her. So for me, that's always like, I have to, if he's home, the better and the more comfortable that I feel. And so sometimes, you know, I realize, like, you don't always, you have to plan out the time to do the things that make you happy. Like, for example, run. When my daughter was younger, I used to have to wait for her to take a nap when she would take her long naps. Now she does not take long naps. She only takes about like 15 to 20 minute like little naps. So that gives me barely enough time, you know, like after breakfast she'll get tired. It gives me barely enough time for me to jump in the shower, get ready, and all of that, you know. So my schedule pretty much runs around her schedule right now. And sorry, I'm just gonna do these eggs. My French toast batter. I normally put heavy cream. I forgot to put the heavy cream in here because I do have some. I thought I didn't, but I do. So hold on. Okay. I like mine like super creamy and golden. So okay. But anyway, I want more cinnamon. So yeah, I realized I just wasn't taking the time. Oh my gosh, my shirt is stained. I wasn't taking the time. Sorry, my shirt is clean, okay? It just looks dirty on camera. But anyway, I wasn't taking the time, my me time. It always had to be planned out on other people's schedule. And so, which is why today I said, you know what? I felt like doing me time right now. I feel like I feel good. My skin's looking better. I just did my new nails for, you know, how I'm feeling. So I'm just going to do me time now. You know, I'm just going to talk to you guys now and share how I feel and do that now. Because oftentimes we always, you know, sometimes we have no control over it. Sometimes it's work, school, and we have no time to, or little time to do things that we actually enjoy. And so I realized, like, you know what, let me just talk about it. Let me just talk about how I'm feeling, this new attitude, and do it all while I feel my greatest, which is right now in the morning cooking my French toast with you guys. It doesn't ever have to be anything, you know, fancy and crazy, and you know, just as long as it makes you happy, just as long as it takes you to your own self. Just because, you know, especially if you're a mom, we need that break. Especially if you work hard all the time, you need that break, you know. Even my daughter needs that break from being in her jumper, from her daily routine, you know. So a lot of times, you know, and I'm going to do this like make it a challenge to myself, because I forget a lot of the times. And sometimes attitudes like this don't last. Sometimes you wake up in the best mood and you'll be like that, you know, maybe for a few days, even weeks, and then it's gone, you know. So protect that. And so yeah, I look forward, you guys, to making more of these videos with you guys of just me being in my element and just, you know, just saying, you know what, today I feel I have this attitude, so you know what, today I'm showing the world. So I hope to bring you guys many more of these videos of me just in my element, doing my thing, and definitely with my daughter interacting and everything like that, because there's other aspects to life than just, you know, what we show or what you see. There's many more. And again, I've always said this, I have many interests, many things that I love, and so since I'm sharing myself with you guys, you know, why not share all of that? So my next video, I do want to pop up with Babe, because I want to do another doing Babe's nails, because he's my biggest critic. So I want him to see from the nails that I first started doing on him to now. And maybe he'll let me do a full sit. It has to be on a day where, on one of his 5 days off, where we can sit down and he'll let me do the nails and, you know, be able to take them off properly. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and take care.